What is happening, you guys? It's Dr. Alex Zengar here. It is Tuesday Night Fever, and we are going in deep on something I feel so strongly about this week. All right, so this is a little bit early for Tuesday Night Fever. I know it, but I had to come on here and share this tonight because I'm just feeling it, you guys. I've had this conversation with probably at least 10 people in the past week or so, and it just keeps coming up over and over and over again. And so I had to come on here and share this. Jordan, what's up? Andrew, good to see you on here. Guys, as you're coming on, let me know that you're on here live. Just say live below or replay if you're on the replay. Francisco, thanks for coming on, my man. Tonight, we're talking about how to make yourself instantly more comfortable on camera. But it really goes a lot deeper than this. Okay, it really goes so much deeper than this because there's so many of you that have been sitting around, not putting yourselves out there, feeling like you're doing others a service by hiding in the corner. We got to make this crap stop right now. Okay. Tonight is tough love. Tonight's tough love for a bunch of you. Francisco, no, you can't sing happy birthday because this is a one-way live stream, sucker. No, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. So here's the deal. There are a bunch of people that we've talked to lately who are really, really knowledgeable, who have so much to give to the world, who have an amazing gift, an amazing ability to care for others, but aren't comfortable putting themselves out in front of a camera, aren't comfortable being the face of their business. And we got to smash that tonight, you guys. If you're on here right now and you have been nervous before on camera, or as we talk about all this digital marketing stuff, you're like, ooh, but I don't want to put myself out there. What's another clinician going to say? You know, what are other PTs going to say if I start showing exercises? Oh, what's my family going to think if I start posting on my personal profile? Oh, I don't know what to say when I get online. I just get so nervous and flustered and all my words just come out as mindless word vomit. Or you feel like, hey, I'm super good talking one-to-one, but if you get me in front of a group of people, I'm just a total hot mess. If that has ever been you, this is for you right now. Okay, David's on here. Chanda, Ashley's on here. Jonathan, thank you guys for coming on. If that has ever been you, if you've ever been nervous, like be real. If you've ever been nervous, I just want you to say nervous in the comments below, okay? If going live or putting yourself out there has made you nervous, just put nervous below because we all see everyone out there rocking content and we all think, oh, nobody else is nervous. It's just me. I'll bet you every single person who's listening right now at some point has been totally nervous. Greg, thank you so much for the happy birthday wishes, man. All right. I just have to have this conversation with you guys, and I'm going to keep it brief because I do have a birthday date. But until the wife gets home, here's what we're going to talk about. I want you to think about right now. I want you to imagine yourself. If you're feeling that nervous, like, oh, clenching in the gut when I talk about doing a live stream, or you're feeling like I'm just not good enough yet to put myself out there. Here's what I want you to imagine. I want you to imagine a year from now, you've gotten comfortable with this. You've done a bunch of live streams. You've been putting yourself out there. Or maybe, maybe you're already comfortable right now, but you're really taking things up to the next level in terms of putting out good content, engaging with your audience. I want you to fast forward a year. And I want you to think about how you would feel in a year and the impact that you would have. Now, the cool thing is, once you've gone to this year forward from right now, I want you to think about how other people will be responding to you. And I want to give some shout outs right now to some people because this exact scenario has come up for a lot of people, not quite to the year time frame, but after just a few weeks of putting themselves out there. Number one, Daniel Davids, who I mentioned him in our live stream last week. He's doing a 2-week live stream challenge that I made him do because he had never put himself out there. I said, Daniel, you got to just go do freaking live streams, man. Doesn't matter what the content is. You just have to put yourself out there. He's been rocking it. His first one got like 100+ comments. He's had some that have gotten like 2 comments, some that have gotten 50. That doesn't matter, okay? I want you to keep Daniel in mind. Number 2 is Chad Coons, who today we talked with. Will and I spoke with him. He's in our Ads for PTs program. And he said, guys, business has never been better. But the thing that he told me that was really cool was he said, now I'm getting to the office early and I know it's more work, but I'm constantly thinking as I drive to work, what content I'm going to put out, and I'm planning it in my mind. I'm thinking about how I'm going to talk to people about their problems. And then when I get to work, it's just like, boom, stuff's just flowing. And he said that he even had his uncle, I think it was, mention, hey, I've seen your stuff online. I started working out. Guys, that is so cool. Do you know how amazing that is? This is the thing that I want you to think about. Yourself right now as you're sitting there nervous about how others are going to perceive you, nervous about putting your business stuff out there on your personal page, which we're telling you to do, nervous of what your family's going to think, what friends from high school are going to think, nervous about what other clinicians are going to say to you. I want you to think about the impact that you don't even realize that you're missing out on right now, that you're robbing your friends, your family, other business owners of by not putting yourself out and not stepping into your potential. This gets me so fired up because think about Chad. If he hadn't put himself out there, his family would have just kept thinking, hey, Chad's doing this thing and that's cool. But now here's his uncle who says, oh, dang, that's actually really inspiring. I'm sorry, but when you start putting yourself out there, when you start stepping into your role as someone who has an impact to make on the world, other people are going to notice, and they may not even be your target audience, but they're going to take note. They're going to feel like, holy crap, someone else is moving that I know. They're going to see, because they're going to know the old person that you were. But more importantly, they're going to see the person that you're turning into. And I would tell you right now, if you're nervous about your friends or your family or people from high school seeing you growing your business by putting yourself out there online, you are doing them a disservice by hiding in your shell and pretending like you're not progressing as a human. It is now your responsibility, because you've watched this live stream, to step up to the plate, to say, you know what? I know that other people are going to start judging me. I know that what I'm going to say is not going to be comfortable. But I also recognize that if I don't start doing it, I'm holding back my entire family. I'm holding back friends. I'm holding back other people who are eventually going to see me stepping into my highest potential and taking action towards what I want in my life. Okay? We got to stop worrying about what other people think. We have to stop. Oh my gosh, there's a bunch of comments. Jonathan, thank you so much, man. Greg says he has been. Dude, John, yeah, I'm calling you out, man. Karen says that she's gotten nervous. David says, you hate being nervous on camera. Yep. I know it, man. I know it. Jonathan says, yeah, it feels great, right? When you finally have those people who were shouting you out saying, hey, I see what you're doing. Jonathan says he put out a photo of workouts on Snapchat and had 2 people say that they want to work out more now. Dude, look at you. Look at this influence. Michelle says, yes. Jonathan says it's so worth it. Okay, guys. So I want to give you some very specific tactical things to think about getting over the nerves. By the way, I want you to know that every single time you're putting out content online, even though someone isn't liking it or commenting on it, people are seeing it. And so even if you're sitting there putting out content and feeling like, no one's seeing this, I promise you people are seeing it. They're seeing that you're being consistent, okay? If nothing else, they can't fault you for being consistent. So here's the thing that I want to drill home today is, I've got so freaking much. Oh my gosh, this is going to have to be like 5 live streams, you guys. I want you to look at, I gave an example of Daniel Davids, who has started talking to people. He had like 90 comments on the first one, very few on the second, 3 on the third, 50 on the fourth. And there's this thought that, hey, once I start putting myself out there, I just need to talk to everyone. And I need to be out to the masses so that I get this mass engagement. I get tons of followers. I get all this stuff. And I really love what Chad told us today. And this just rang so true to me. It is not about affecting the millions of people out there. It is not about affecting 500 people who are commenting on a live stream. You, as an expert, have to niche down. And so as you're thinking about going live, it's not like you have to step into some new role that you've never filled before. Not at all. In fact, it's more about you stepping into a more specific version of yourself that you've already been to people one-on-one, and just letting other people know that you're out there doing this. So a lot of people say, but I'm nervous to niche down. I'm nervous to start talking to only one group of people. Look, Chad said this to us today as we were on the call with him. Again, just massive shout out to him for taking so much action, putting himself out there. He said, I realized that what's important isn't that I'm reaching tons of people. It's that I'm having a specific impact for 1 or 2 people every day. And that's it. You think about how powerful that is. Life isn't about having a mass impact on tons of people, but it is about having a specific impact on the right people. And that's what starting to put yourself out there and being who you really are, that's why that matters. Heather says, great things have been happening the more I put myself out there. Heather, I love to hear that. It was so much fun to see you at Funnel Hacking Live. Mike says he still gets nervous. And Mike, you've been doing this forever. James says, hey, Alex, happy birthday. Thank you, James. I appreciate you. Mike says it as well. Jeff, you're on here. Michael as well. All right, guys. So how do we get more comfortable on camera? I've talked about this before. I want to pound this in because it works. Will Butler, thank you for jumping on, man. You got to just picture one person. You just have to pretend like you're talking to one person. It really, when everyone tells me, oh, I'm fine talking one-on-one, but then I get all nervous when I'm up in front of a group of people. Great, on a live stream like this, or on a pre-recorded video, or on a post that you're doing, you only have to talk to one person. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. So when I'm sitting down in my office, which is really my kid's bedroom that's super messy right now, guys, none of us actually have our crap together. Some of us just have a screen to hide the mess. When you're sitting down to go live, which I highly suggest that you do tonight, I want you to think about who is one person that I can impact. I want you to put them in your mind and do a live stream just for them. Just for one person. It takes out all this like nerves of, hell, I'm broadcasting to the masses. And it takes it down to the level where you can actually have an impact with someone. Make it a friend, make it a family member, someone that you know really well, that you're comfortable talking to, and just picture them right behind the camera, right there. And it's going to make it so much easier, okay? Focus on one thing that you can help one person with, and it makes this whole thing so much easier. Now, the second thing that I wanted to talk about, which is really important to me, is everyone says, yeah, but I'm not good at live streams. I'm not good on camera. I'm not good at writing. I'm not good at this. I'm not good at that. Great. You weren't good at walking one day either. You weren't. None of us were born walking. For as awesome of an athlete as we all want to think we are now, we weren't born walking. It was a learned skill. We weren't born doing manips or manual therapy or cupping or dry needling. They were all learned skills. Marketing, sales, live streams, writing, being charismatic, talking about people's pain points are all learned skills. How in the world could you expect your little kiddo to learn how to walk if they said, oh, but daddy, I don't want to walk. I'm not good at it yet. I'm going to fall on my face a bunch of times. Oh, you're right, kid. Better not walk. Better just wait another year to try it. No, you would never say that. You want your kid to progress. You want your kid to get up, to take a couple steps, to fall down, and then to get back up and keep walking. I know that. I've got 2 of them. It's not rocket science. You learn all this stuff by just getting in the reps. And the great thing is, early on, you can practice it when nobody else really sees your stuff. Facebook kind of buries it in their algorithm, because if your stuff sucks early on, then they don't show it to lots of people because it doesn't get response. So it doesn't matter anyway. But the one thing that I did want to show, and I don't have my phone with me right now, is if this is like really petrifyingly scary to you, I want to give you one more thing that you can do as you're prepping to put yourself out there more. If you have never done a live stream before, which I know a lot of you on here haven't, then there's actually a setting on your phone. So you go open your phone, you go to Facebook, and there's the little like what you're thinking about thing. You go in there and you hit live stream. Before you go live, you can change the privacy settings to be only me. And that literally makes it so that no one else can see your live stream. Absolutely no one else can see. You'll be going live, yakking, whatever it is. Practice it. Get in the reps. I remember in PT school when we were sitting there talking about all the different kinds of thoracic manips that we could do, or mobilizations, whatever you want to call them. I was sitting there, sucking at it, really glad I wasn't in the room with a patient, right? But I could practice on my friends, and they knew that I was practicing, and it was cool. So practice live streams. If that's not comfortable to you, practice them. But sitting around thinking about it and feeling like, oh, in another 3 months, once I know my messaging better, then I'll start putting myself out there live. That's not going to work. You're going to feel the same way as you do right now. So I just am on here to give you some inspiration that you can do this. It is a learned skill. You can learn how to do it, but it takes reps. Okay, I got to catch up on comments. Will Butler says, hey, buddy, thank you, dude. Happy birthday. He says, Steve says, would love to stick around. Message is spot on. However, putting himself out there for a group of acupuncturists right now. Steve is taking action. Come watch the replay later then. Jonathan says, good advice. Thank you, man. He says, how much free content should we give before offering a product on our website? John, you should always be giving free content, and you should always be talking about your best content for free. I want you to take healthcare digital marketing, for example. How often are we giving free content in here? Every single week. On Tuesday Night Fever, you can get it here, right? We're always giving free content. And to be honest, I hope that this is some of my best content. I'm not holding, I mean, we've talked about everything that's in our Ads for PTs program at some point or another. What do people pay you for, though? People pay you for structure, for organization, for accountability, for feedback, for access to you. They're not paying for content, brother. They're going to YouTube for content. So your content better be dang good. Your free content should be better than most people's paid content. It should. So how much free content should you be putting out? All of it. When do you offer the product on your website? Once you've gotten enough people to come to you and ask you a question that you've been able to validate, this is something that they have an interest in. And then you say, hey, I'm actually thinking of offering this at a discounted price to a small group of people. We call it a beta launch. And then you validate if someone will pay for it at a lower price with one-on-one marketing, meaning you're talking to them in Messenger. And that's why we're doing this whole live streaming, putting yourself out there thing to test messages, see what resonates with people, and then move to Messenger, move to direct message in Instagram, move to phone calls, move to texts. And then you validate, will someone pay for it in the first place? Boom. That's when you know it's time to actually put it up. Reps is the key, David. Yes, you're totally right. Best content is free. Yes, Will. Guys, I'm just so passionate about helping you get options in your life. I've been thinking a lot about like what's my vision for my life, for our business. And I'll be honest, I still have no clue. I'm very much a head down. Like I'm an architect. We talked about this in our mastermind this week. There are 3 different levels of information or guidance or coaching, if you will. One of them is Greg, as Greg Todd calls it, the ideator, the person who has the big ideas. There's the architect who shows you how to, like what steps you need to take to get to those ideas. And there's the builder who actually creates the building blocks for those ideas. So in this arena, ideas are, in my opinion, a dime a dozen, but ideas are, hey, you should do remarketing or retargeting in your ads. Hey, you should be putting yourself out there online all the time. Hey, you should be doing XYZ thing. Okay, like high level stuff, sure, I can talk about that, but I'm much more of an architect. I'm a how do I make that happen kind of guy, right? So hopefully I've laid that out to you tonight. How do you make yourself more confident on camera? And then there's the building blocks. Okay, now I put it out there live. Who's going to repurpose that content for me on Instagram, on YouTube, right? I'm not talking about that tonight. We do talk about that in our course. But you need to think about when you're talking about what do I put out here free versus what's my paid content. I'm putting everything out here, guys. And then what we're putting in our programs like Ads for Physical Therapists, like our new online business incubator, is the structure of step 1, step 2, step 3. What do you do with accountability from us, from our team, and with feedback? When someone says, hey, how does this ad look? Hey, how does this look? They can't get that feedback from YouTube. YouTube's not going to tell them that, so they come to us. That's where my paid programs come in. All day long, though, I'm happy to give free content out here. So in summary, to get confident on camera, step into the idea that when you're putting yourself out there, it's going to inspire and lift other people up, okay? Are some other people going to come on and hate at you? Yes, and then you block them and say goodbye, okay? How do you know what to say? Just start talking as if it were a friend. What would you tell a friend? You don't need to become some new person when you're putting yourself out there online. You just become more of who you already are, okay? You don't have to step into a new role. Just keep fulfilling the role you've been fulfilling one-on-one, but take your message, your passion, your gift to the masses. And then step 3, how do you choose what to give away free versus paid stuff? Just give it all away, man. give it all away, and people will tell you what your best stuff is, and you build your paid products around that. I hope this has been helpful. If this was insightful and valuable, just put value down below. If you like this, if you feel more confident as a result, just put value down below. I would love to know that. More importantly, I want you to go do a freaking live stream, okay? Do a freaking live stream tonight. Get uncomfortable. It's not about whether or not a live stream is the right thing for you to be doing in your marketing right now. It's about you getting more comfortable with your message and your gift, putting it out to the world, okay? Is live streaming the only method? No, but it's one that gets you out of your comfort zone real dang fast. My laptop battery is dying. It is time for a birthday date. This has been Alex Engar in Tuesday Night Fever. I love you guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you. Or not. I mean, maybe I won't hit the button. See you. Or maybe